Have you ever thought to yourself, I'm not really much of a creative person? If so, today's learning snack is for you. I'm Jo Ilfeld, CEO and founder of Insight to Leadership. And recently I've been working on a new workshop for some people on creativity. And I've been thinking a lot about what are the components of creativity. And while there are whole theories about creativity, I had to be creative and come up with my own. Okay, not really, but I really wanted to simplify some of the theories that are out there. And so when I really looked at my creative process, I realized there's really three buckets. The first bucket is how do you come up with more ideas? Lots of ideas. And it doesn't matter how good or bad these ideas, just coming up with the number is almost guaranteed to help you come up with better ideas. There's been research about it. And what people find is there's sort of this creativity cliff, right? Where it's like you come up with some ideas and then you're done. You can't think of anything else. But often those ideas that come later in time, even after you feel like you've exhausted your creativity, end up being better ideas. So one thing is it's good to really push yourself to think longer and harder and more deeply than you think you need to come up with creative ideas. The second thing then is how do you sort of evaluate these ideas? How do you rate them? How do you compare them to one another? How do you weigh them? And that's also an aspect of creativity because if we come up with more and more and more ideas, there has to be a way in which we can evaluate these ideas. And then the third process is really how do you make these ideas better? Once you come up with your top contenders, how do you make them even better and fine tune them even more? And that's sort of a little bit less creativity and more the step between creativity into implementation, creativity into the practical real world applications. What I have found working with clients is usually people are really good at one of these three and maybe a little lacking in one of these three. So some people are great at brainstorming lots of different ideas, but then when it comes to refining them and implementing them, that's when their creativity really wanes. Other people are really good at evaluating ideas, saying that won't work because of this, and that won't work because of this. And this one could be, made better with this thing. So they're really good once the ideas are out there, refining the ideas and making them better, but they're not really good at coming up with a lot of ideas on their own. So my challenge to you is to notice this week, how do you approach creative tasks? How do you approach brainstorming or any innovation in your work? And are there ways where you could push yourself more? Could you push yourself to come up with even a few more ideas past what you did? Or could you push yourself to spend a little bit more time evaluating these ideas and really thinking deeply about which ones are better? Or lastly, could you push yourself to, once you've found a couple of good ideas, how do you make them even better? How do you make them stronger so that when you implement them, they're really going to be a success? I hope this learning snack on creativity was helpful for you. And now it's time to go get creative. Have a great day.